All right, guys, let's get some NBA picks and props for Thursday, April 11th slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I am 0-0. Hopefully not going to jinx myself. It's looking pretty good. I gave out the Mavericks -5.5 going up against the Heat, and they're up by double digits right now as the game is waning away, but it's the NBA. Anything can happen, but I'm hoping for a cash.
Yep, and I'm hoping anything happens because I've got the Magic on the money line going up against the Bucks. They're down by 18 right now. Milwaukee, let's take a look. Damian Lillard's got 25. Why is Magic losing? Oh, Bobby Portis has 25 off the bench, 11 of 14 shooting, and he's dominating this game. So down by 18, late in the third quarter, need a miracle for that win. Trey, let's go with the player props. I can start us off.
Yeah, and it's also because my guy didn't show up. I gave out Markelle Fultz over 10.5 points versus the Bucks. Well, I guess he can still hit it. He's currently, like Bear said, the game is going almost in the fourth quarter. He has 6 points, so I guess he could still get it, but he's just not being as assertive as I figured he would be.
Yeah, and I'm going to stay at 0-0 tonight. I gave out Jalen Johnson. He sat out for rest. Trae Young back with the Hawks. Good to see him back on the floor. But they are in a battle right now with the Hornets. But Jalen Johnson did not play. So we're going to stay at 0-0 right now. Trey, let's go to the game picks for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, I'm going to attack the best game on the slate for tomorrow. It's going to be this New Orleans Pelicans going up against Sacramento Kings game. This is going to be a very entertaining game to watch, and both teams need this win. The Pelicans, they're currently the 6th seed, so they're out of the play-in tournament, and they are 2 games behind the Mavericks for the 5th seed, and they're 1 full game ahead of the Suns for the 7th seed. And the Pelicans, they definitely do not want to be in the play-in, so they should come this game juiced. And the Kings, they're currently the 8th seed and are 1 game behind the Suns for the 7th seed and are a half game ahead of the Lakers for the 9th seed. So the Kings, they definitely need this win as well. They do not want to be in the 9-10 matchup, so they should be juiced as well in this game. But I'm going to take the Pelicans here. I'm going to take them +1.5. I love that we're getting a point with the Pelicans here because I think they're going to come in this game and be physical with the Kings. And Sacramento, they're just too injured right now, especially on the perimeter. They're going to be without Kevin Huerter and Malik Monk in this game, and that's going to hurt their scoring production. And we've seen it hurt their scoring production because over the Kings' last 5 games, they're only averaging 106 points per game, which is well below their season-long average. And I believe that the Pelicans can outscore them here in this one. With CJ and Zion, I think they're going to carry us to the promised land here in this one. That and the Pelicans, they rank in the top 7 in the NBA in forced turnovers per game. So the high-paced Kings offense playing with some bench players, I think the Pelicans should be able to turn them over here. So give me the Pelicans +1.5 versus the Kings.
Yeah, Trey, I like the play there. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at the Golden State Warriors going up against the Portland Trailblazers. I know this doesn't look like a very interesting game, but this is a very important game for the Warriors. Over the last 10 games, this is one of the best teams in the NBA, winning 8 of those 10 games, and they are on the heels of everybody in the Western Conference looking for that 6th spot to avoid the play-in tournament. The Phoenix Suns, they just took a bad loss against the Clippers, and everybody's now chasing the Pelicans, who have been playing a lot better down the stretch, trying to stay out of the play-in game. The Warriors gained the full game on Trey's Lakers the last time out, and the Kings have also been struggling down the stretch. Both teams 1 game away from being the 10 seed. Between the Warriors and the Pelicans, there's only 3 games of separation. And between the Suns and the Warriors for the 7th spot, there's only 2 games of separation. If anything, for the Warriors, they can at least have home court advantage trying to get into the real playoffs if they continue to win these games. This is a matchup against the Portland Trailblazers, who are battling with the San Antonio Spurs to get a top 5 pick in the NBA draft this upcoming season. I know it's a lottery system, but having better odds is always a good thing, especially whenever you're looking for a team who are looking for a guy who can come in and change your franchise immediately. There's absolutely no reason for Portland to be competitive in this game, and the Golden State Warriors have all the motivation in the world to try to get a better seeding for the playoffs. Give me Golden State here against the spread as the play. They should dominate Portland in this game. Trey, let's go to the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, they're just so bad. -15 for the
Crazy.
Warriors, and I think they could cover that, honestly. It's crazy. And my player prop, it's going to be DeMar DeRozan. Big number here, over 28.5 points going up against the Pistons. I love this over for DeRozan here in this game. We should see him just put a team on his back here in this one. Chicago, they need this win to make sure that they host the first play-in game. And DeMar, he's going to make sure his team is playing good before the play-in tournament starts. And I believe we're going to see him show up here in this one. That's because he loves playing against the Pistons. Over his last 2 games versus Detroit, DeMar, he's averaging 27 points per game, which is over his season-long average. And we're getting DeMar on a heater as well, because over his last 5 games, he's averaging 28.4 points per game. And we should see them dominate this terrible Pistons wing defense here in this one and just take them to mid-range city, especially since basically all of the relevant Pistons players are already ruled out for this one. DeMar's just going to take him to school. So give me DeMar DeRozan. I'm going to take him to go over 28.5 points versus the Pistons.
Yeah, Trey, I like that play there. For my player prop tonight, going back to CJ McCollum again, 2 times in the last 3 days, going up against the Kings. This is a monster game for both sides. The Pelicans trying to stay in the playoffs for right now. The Kings trying to stay out of the play-in tournament. The Kings desperately need to win this game because the Lakers and the Warriors are only 1 game back. But I think CJ McCollum might have something to say about that. Also, if the Pelicans win this game, they'd essentially lock up that 6th spot staying out of the play-in tournament. But CJ over the last 4 games has been playing the best basketball of the season, and that's great news for the Pelicans as they go into the tournament. CJ McCollum, he scored 29-plus points in 4 consecutive games, 30-plus points in 3 of those 4, and he's made double-digit shots in all 4 games. I will be taking his over 3.5 made threes again because CJ McCollum over this stretch of games has been dialed in from deep. I always come back to CJ because he always takes a ton of 3-point attempts, and that has stayed consistent, shooting 10-plus times from deep in this 4-game stretch. He's also made 4-plus threes in 4 consecutive games. If we look at the last 10, he's made 4-plus in 8 of those 10, 3-plus in 9 of those 10. He is absolutely locked in right now, shooting 42% from the perimeter on the season and shooting above 50% from deep in back-to-back games. I'm going to take him once again over 3.5 made threes in a crucial game against the Kings as the play. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, and I agree with Bear. Give me the Pelicans plus 1.5 versus the Kings. I feel like they're going to come out and just outscore the Kings here in this one. We've seen Sacramento's offense take a little bit of a dump here over the last week or so of the season. Also going with DeMar DeRozan over 28.5 points versus the Pistons. He's going to show up here in this game and walk out with a 30-burger.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Warriors here, minus 15. Massive spread. I do not care. This should be a 50-point game in favor of the Warriors. Portland not playing for anything. Warriors playing for everything. They give me CJ McCollum and Trey's game. Over 3.5 made threes against the Kings. Kings defensively, not great. CJ McCollum dialed in from deep. Love that play there. Trey, that's going to do it for the NBA Plays and Props for Thursday, April 11th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. Leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month. A little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,